Hello and welcome to round 9 of the 2026 Super Formula 1 World Championship, the Alsace Grand Prix. Back in France, here in the villages of Alsace for 38 laps around this nearly 3.4 mile, 17-turn tarmac rally course that provides one of the most unique challenges for the drivers across the season. It's a technical course with lots of highs and lows, often compared to a roller coaster, and its longest straight is also the shortest on our calendar, so I have to find unconventional ways to make overtakes today. With that being said, let's get started and take a look at the grid. It's Max Verstappen's first pole of the year as Hamilton is on the front row for the third time in a row. Isaac Hadjar career-best P3 start alongside Antonelli, then Charles Leclerc and George Russell on row 3. Last year's 1-2, Norris and Piastri start 7th and 8th, and then Liam Lawson and Pierre Gasly who starts P10. Nico Hülkenberg right behind with Franco Colapinto, and Williams teammate Sainz and Albon, who's 14th. Rookie Lindblad starts 15th alongside Esteban Ocon, with Sergio Perez starting next to Fernando Alonso. Oliver Behrman and Gabriel Bortoleto round out our grid. And we are underway from Alsace. It's a quick run up to turn 1. Max Verstappen will lead us into the corner with Hamilton slotting in behind. Leclerc going around the outside of Antonelli, and Russell got passed by Norris. Look at Hülkenberg, he's gained 3 places already, only out of 1 corner, but now they'll head into turn 2. And look, Norris still trying to get by on the Mercedes. That's Antonelli as they race down to turn 3. Norris has the high line on Antonelli, and Hülkenberg having a hot start. He's now ahead of Russell. But does he have the speed to hold onto that spot as Russell begins to come back at him? Going around the outside, the Mercedes does not have enough. But now headed into the braking for turn 5, Russell will have that inside line. Russell will get 7th place back. Hülkenberg had a great effort to get ahead of him. Back up front, Verstappen leads from Hamilton, then Hadjar, Leclerc, Norris, Antonelli, Russell, Hülkenberg, Piastri, Gasly. Lap 1 done, and already Isaac Hadjar under pressure from Leclerc. Norris from Antonelli as well, but first Leclerc positioning himself to take the inside line. He will come around turn 1 ahead of the Red Bull. Now Antonelli getting by on last year's race winner right behind. Norris unable to hold the position, and now on the back foot, trying not to let Russell back by. Hamilton now trying to set up his first lunge for the lead, sticks his nose in but isn't quite close enough, and Verstappen will defend out of turn 1. Now, will he be under pressure as Hamilton is closer than before? He's picking up a good slipstream as they race over to the flat out turn 2. Hamilton establishes himself on the inside. He'll have the outside now coming into 3. Hamilton trying to go the long way round. Verstappen takes the low line and still staves off the Ferrari, but Hamilton is starting to heat things up. Colapinto chasing down Ocon coming out of 1. It's the French car versus the French driver here in France as Colapinto sets up to take the high line. Round the bend they come, and Colapinto going high into the banking, out onto the rubber, and still somehow getting ahead of Ocon. That was a stellar move there from the Alpine. And now the Racing Bull ahead, seemingly struggling as Colapinto comes round and gets by on Lawson. Into the points position goes the Argentinian, now defending them into turn 5. As Lawson charges back at the Alpine, making sure that that move was short-lived, and now slots back into 10th. Isaac Hadjar reeling a bit now. He's lost his podium starting position. He's losing 4th place to Kimi Antonelli, who will take the inside for turn 2, and he's ahead before they make it to the next corner. Antonelli re-enters the top 4. Hamilton choosing to follow Verstappen in, so Ferrari not wanting to stay out an extra lap and lose time. Red Bull had first choice and they chose to pit now, as Leclerc and Antonelli run down into the final corner, and they're going to pit as well, so they can afford to stack like that. It's one of the shortest pit lanes, about only 8 seconds lost. Hadjar, Norris, and Russell all in as well. Piastri and Lawson staying out another lap, so they could end up losing time here. Hülkenberg trying to set a lunge down on Lawson. They make slight contact as Hülkenberg pushes Lawson out wide just to the limit, and Lawson with airtime over that curb coming out of the corner. And now on the back foot with pressure from Piastri, Lawson's going to have the benefit coming around the second corner. Lawson now switching sides, trying to get by the Audi, or rather defend from Piastri, as Piastri sticks with them around the corner. Lawson gets the power down and maintains 9th spot. His defense isn't over. Coming around the high-speed, flat-out banking of turn 8. Hülkenberg's under pressure here. Lawson looking for a path by. He may have his chance down under braking as they approach turn 11. Lawson leaving Hulkenberg some space, and Hulkenberg using it to get back on the RB. Now up the hill, Piastri sees an opening and he takes it, catching Hulkenberg napping a bit there. He's got 9th now. Now this pack's caught up to Russell, just a lack of pace from car 63, similar to last year. Look at how easy it is for Lawson to sweep around the outside on the Mercedes. He's up into 7th now. That only continues Russell's current struggles this afternoon. This is how Hadjar sustained damage to his front wing. As with most incidents, trying to clear lap traffic and just too eager to get by Albon. A push to the back and that's all it takes. Hadjar ducks into the pits and that will get Norris back into the top 5. Race winner for the last 2 years, all alone out on track. And now Liam Lawson is diving into the pits. They've got tires ready for him. That could surrender 7th for him. Russell and Piastri now released and back up another position. Lawson's going to fall back to 9th here as Albon exits the pit lane just out of the way of these two. Now they're running into Alonso, who's just trundling through the final few corners. Verstappen's gonna have to get by, and no! He makes contact trying to do so! Max Verstappen dives into the pits. It's damage to his front wing.
Box, Max. Box.
Why? Why? What the are you guys saying?
Going into the final lap, it would have been his first win of the season. What a disaster for Max. It's another stop for Hadjar. It gets worse for the Frenchman in his home race as he's run out of tires and surrenders P6. Russell now stumbling up into 6th and Piastri in 7th. Now Hulkenberg's got issues. He's run out of tires, and as good of a race as he's been having, trying to hold on to a point, he has to surrender it. Now Colapinto is promoted up into the final points-paying position. Antonelli with one last major chance to get ahead of Leclerc and onto the podium. On the final lap, he sends it down the inside into turn 1. Kimi Antonelli is going to get on the podium. If he can defend this lap, he's got it in the final stages. It's been a run of good form for Hamilton. He's been on the podium in 4 of the last 6 races, including the last 2, and is on his way to another second place effort today. He just didn't have enough to make the pass for 37 laps straight today. But it's right place at the right time for Hamilton, taking advantage of Verstappen's misfortune, and so for the first time, Hamilton wins 2 in a row. Lewis Hamilton wins the Alsace Grand Prix.
P1, baby.
Great job, guys. Woo. Yes. Good job, mate. Well done, mate.
Verstappen and Antonelli complete the podium. Lewis Hamilton's first time winning back-to-back races in his career. It comes after more late race drama. This time it's Max Verstappen as the victim of blue flag incidents, and although it's second place for him, he will still be disappointed not to take his first win of 2026. Kimi Antonelli finishes 3rd for the 3rd time in 4 races, snatching the podium from Charles Leclerc in P4. Norris completes the top 5. Russell only 6th ahead of Liam Lawson with the fastest lap, and a disappointment for Isaac Hadjar falling to 9th just ahead of Franco Colapinto. The Drivers' Championship sees Russell's lead now at 16 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton. The only change here in the top 10 is Max Verstappen jumping both McLaren drivers for P5, those 3 drivers separated by only 6 points. No position changes in the Constructors today. Mercedes leading now by 14, Alpine just 2 points clear of Audi for 5th, and Aston or Cadillac have to score more than 3 points in the next race to field at least 2 cars for at least the following 5 races. That wraps it up from Alsace. Lewis Hamilton still in the top step. We'll stay in France to complete this quadruple header next week when we head to St. Croix. Until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Project SF1.